As you just saw, I went to the beach this morning. It was quite nice. The weather was almost like a roller coaster. Like like 1 minute it was quite warm and another like quite breezy. And same with the sun. Like 1 minute the sun would appear and the next it was cloudy. So it was interesting. Yeah, it was very beautiful and there wasn't a lot of people. Typically when I go, there are quite a lot of people, but I guess because of the weather, people decided to stay home or whatnot. Yeah. And I think that might be like the only time I go to the beach this week, which is a pity. I have some tomorrow's supposed to rain, and in the next few days after that I have plans. So yeah, but I did go, so that's good, and I enjoyed it. Reading wise, I'm now on page 148 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. We does go into the 1925 like flashback with Cecilia, and yeah, and we're learning more about the circus, and it's quite interesting. I'm not sure how much I can say about the circus, because I fear it would be quite a spoiler. So, but so far I'm liking the writing of this book. This is, I think I mentioned in my last vlog, this is the second book I'm reading by this author. The first I did end up DNFing, but that was just because it was taking me forever to read that book, and I wanted to read another book before the season ended. I'm a bit of a mood reader, so yeah. And I throw this up to you when I do, if I get up to anything interesting or when I read more of this book. So it's the next day. The weather took a turn for not the worst, but it's not as sunny as it was yesterday. It was raining this morning. It's still quite cloudy and gloomy outside, so that's fun. Lovely day to stay home and be under a blanket, which I currently am. But I have been productive today. I did some laundry, did some cleaning, and I've also done some reading. I'm now on page 220 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. Right now Laura's kind of this, she's learning more about the circus and its history, and really the history of the powers she and her mother have. So yeah, that's interesting. She's currently in Paris to learn more of the circus and to learn more about a certain painting. So that's interesting, I guess. I don't know. So far, I'm just really liking this book. Like, I'm just having fun. So that's a good thing. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what my plans are for tomorrow, but I'll film what I can. And yeah, I swear my vlogs are always so boring and probably not the most interesting, but that's just my life. Like, my life is not the most interesting life. Like, I don't live in a city, I live in a suburb, so I just do what I can really to really have fun. And if that's interesting for you, then good. And it's the next day. I I had some errands I needed to run this morning, and I ran them and did what I needed to do. I was gonna go for a walk somewhere, but this morning was just not very nice weather. Like, it was like when I was going to my errand, it was like very dark, very cloudy. There was a bit of a drizzle, and then when I was on my way home, it was still very cloudy and just not very warm. So I just didn't really want to walk. Plus, the ground was probably wet, so that wouldn't have been fun. So yeah, I have done some reading, and now I'm on page 282 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. They keep saying Laura is impulsive, which she is. Like, she bought a radio station, she bought a house like after Todd disappeared. So, and she's also doing other things that might be impulsive, and she's just considered impulsive, who I think she is. That was her after her fiance left. So I'm not sure they're taking that into consideration, like the people saying that. But she is learning more of the circus, learning more about Cecilia's past, and painter that painted that picture. And she's also learning more of the circus and learning more of who's after her. So I'm just having a fun time reading it. Like, I don't really have many thoughts on it. I'm just enjoying myself. So yeah. I'll keep you updated when if I finish it this week. Who I highly doubt it, I think, but we'll see. And yeah. And it's the next day. I've not really been outside at all today, because all day today it's just been really cloudy and gloomy and not really warm. Like, I think today's like a good old 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Typically, like middle of August, where I live, it's like in the upper 80s or lower 90s, like that kind of temperature. So yeah, and I swear this summer, like, it's not really been like a proper summer where I live. Like, we've had a lot of days where it's quite gloomy, quite cloudy. Like, the sun's not really been out. So yeah, and I'm glad that on my birthday was sunny because I like the sun. But yeah, tomorrow I do have some errands I need to run. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go for a walk, as tomorrow morning they promise some rain. So I'm not sure how wet the ground will be, like when I do run my errands. So we'll see if I'm able to walk. But yeah. Reading wise, I'm now on page 340 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. I'm still really liking it. Like, I'm just having a lot of fun with this book. Like, I'm having a fun time with it, which is good. But we are learning more about Cecile's, which is the point of view we're reading from 1925, in her relationship with the painter. We're seeing how that relationship comes to an end in a way, and some other things that's related to the circus and her family, because her father does own the circus. So that's it. And yeah, I am still really liking it, so that's good. And yeah, that's all I have for now. Day. The weather was quite rainy this morning when I was driving to do my errands. Thankfully, it did clear up, like, while I was running my errands, so I was able to go for a bit of a walk in this like downtown area I was in, which was quite nice. What wasn't nice was I got a flat tire on my way home. I don't know what happened. There was like two slashes on one side of the tire and another on the other side, so I'm assuming I just hit something, or I don't know, or the tire is this old. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I was able to just like have my spare put on it, but I do need to get new tires for the front tires of my car, so that would be fun. And it is something I do need to do, so yeah. And tomorrow, I think my only plans really are this. I'm gonna go to this fair that will have a tag sale and a tiny bit of a book sale, which will be fun. The weather is supposed to be nice, through a bit chilly for this time of year. It's supposed to be in the 70s, which isn't the warmest, and honestly it is feeling a bit like fall now, but Oh well, it is what it is. Reading wise, I'm now on page 406 of The Ladies of the Secret Circus. I'm gonna be finishing this tomorrow, as I'm not really in the mood to read anymore today. I don't know, a bit tired. I'm still really liking it. We did get some answers on what happened to Todd and some other mysteries that are occurring in Carrington Falls, which is the town that we're focusing on in the 2004 time. That explanation just felt a bit rushed, and was just like a paragraph where I kind of wish was just a bit longer. But it was also happening in a conversation, so it makes sense that it wasn't drawn out. But still, I'm still really liking this book. So far, I'm probably just gonna give it a 4 stars. Yeah. And also, if you're wondering how I rate my books, I just really do it by my enjoyment of the books. 5 is like, oh, I really love this book. 4 is like, I liked it, I enjoyed it. 3 is like, it's fine, it's average. Or it's like, there are parts I liked, but parts I didn't like, so it falls in the middle. 2 is like, I didn't like it. 1 is, I hated it. DNF, not picking it up. I didn't rate the miniaturist because I just didn't know like what to rate it. Like, it was in my book, but I just didn't want to rate it because, yeah. So yeah, and that's all I have for now. Day. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's lawnmower, but it is what it is. But as you just saw, I did go to that county fair. It was just selling a bit of everything really. Like, there's a tag sale, a book sale, a bake sale. So yeah, bake sale wise, I did buy a couple of cookies, which I'm not gonna show. I don't know, I just don't want to. But with the books, I bought 3 books, which all like cost me about $5. And one I think is interesting and fine. The first book I got was One Time by Catherine Wine Howard. This is the one that's quite interesting as a design, which I did not realize when I bought it. So that was an interesting find. I usually go through the books I get from these sales just to make sure there's no bookmarks or anything in them. So yeah. The second book was Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is the sequel to Nine House. And the last book I got was this cool edition of The Divine Comedy by Dante. I just think it looks really interesting. Yeah. Tag sale wise, I got this like coaster, which I just think is really pretty, and that was $1. And this glass, which also was $1. So yeah, it was fun. And I also did go for a bit of a walk. And yeah, reading wise, I'm so close to being done with The Ladies of the Secret Circus. We are learning, we did learn Laura's connection to Esme, which is the twin that she was warned about. What I don't really understand is why the rituals that happens every 30 years, like, why that happened, or why it's that amount of time, like, I don't really understand. So yeah, I don't have a lot of the book left, and I do plan to finish it today. My final thoughts will be in my wrap up, but so far I'm still really liking it. I'm having a fun time with it. So yeah, I think that's all for this vlog. I'm sorry if it's not the most interesting, but the first half of the week was quite gloomy, so yeah, but it is what it is. I cannot control the weather. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, tell me what you've been up to recently. If you want to, please subscribe to this channel, if you want to follow me on any social media, then all those links are in the down bar below. I'll see you guys next time I post a video. Bye!